Ladies and gentlemen, this is sort of one of those light-hearted stories. Every now and then you don't have to always do a story that is completely serious all the time. But this is quite interesting. So, this is from Newsweek. Bald white men seen as less attractive, but no difference for black men. So, in other words, within the white community, the bald white men is seen as less attractive. Within the black community, it doesn't make a difference. A bald man or a man with hair can be viewed as attractive. So, he doesn't lose anything because he's bald. Okay. Bald white men were rated as being less attractive than their counterparts with hair, while also scoring lower on other measures of desirability in a psychological study. Intriguingly, the same study also found that bald black men were deemed to be no less attractive than those with hair. The study, which was published in a journal, involved two experiments. T. Joel Wade, the lead author of the study of Bucknell University in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania, told Newsweek, "We decided to conduct the study because there was a dearth of research examining perceptions of men, cranial hair, that included Black men, and a dearth of study that examined this from a biological evolutionary theory perspective." In the first experiment, there were involved 70 mostly white students, 37 men and 33 women from a private university in the northeastern United States. Researchers showed participants one of two possible descriptions of a man, black or white, with one of two photographs with hair or bald. The same white and black men were used in the bald and non bald photos. The description contained information about the individuals, such as where they lived and what they did in their spare time. Then participants were asked to rate the individual on measures of attractiveness, fitness, social ability, and personality traits, right? The results of this experiment revealed a significant interaction of race and amount of hair, the author wrote in the study. White men who had hair were rated higher than white men without hair on perceived personality traits and attractiveness, while the amount of hair did not make any difference for Black men. For example, the results showed that white men with hair were seen as more attractive and enthusiastic than white men without, while the amount of hair didn't matter for ratings of Black men's attractiveness and enthusiasm. The second experiment, researchers sought to determine whether the amount of hair and race influence women's evaluation of men's attractiveness, perceived personality, and perceived career success. This experiment involved 50 mostly white women between the ages of 19 and 21 from a private university in the northeastern US. The researchers used the same procedure from the previous experiment and they observed similar results. The results of the study with regards to white men are consistent with prior research showings that those with hair are perceived more positively, the author said. The fact that the amount of hair did not matter for evaluations of Black men's attractiveness and personality could be explained by the fact that other factors carry more weight than hair in these judgments of Black men. Now, well, yeah, you're partly right, but many of us have bald black men in the family. And so, no, we don't change how we feel about them or we think they're less because they're bald. We don't grow up with those kind of conceptions. I think in the white community they do. And me reflecting back during the 90s and that period when I had a few white friends, they always were attracted to guys with hair. They always been like that. You know, at least to my memory they did. So I mean, it is how I think a lot of it is a lot of perception of how you're raised too. If you're raised to believe that's not attractive, then you're going to carry that all throughout your life. And that might be that might be one of those things that's going on in their community. That's why these men are viewed as less attractive. Okay, another possibility is that hair loss in black and white men is perceived differently. I think so. you know a lot of times black men, when they're balding, they'll just cut their hair real low and just deal with it, where a lot of times when I see receding hairlines, I'm not saying I don't see them on black men, but I definitely see them on white men a lot more. A black man at a certain point in time, when he sees that his hair is, just disappearing in certain parts of his head, he'll just cut his stuff short and keep it moving. That's what they usually do. Okay, black men do not experience hair loss at the same time, with the same progression or in similar numbers to white men, which could have an impact on people's perception, according to the authors. Marianne Fisher, co author of the study from St. Mary's University in Halifax, Canada, said, according to Mail Online, it is a little bit worrying how white men are perceived when they lose their hair. Being bald affects a person's view of everything from their career success to their attractiveness and personality. But just because baldness can attract this unconscious view of men doesn't mean there are other qualities that don't matter. And if they are wonderful in other ways, that is very important. Yeah, but obviously the women are not seeing that. I mean, you're saying this, oh, well, their personality may be well, the women obviously are not seeing that because they rated these men as less attractive, regardless of what kind of personality they have. While the amount of hair had no effect on the perceived attractiveness of black men, another intriguing finding the study was that bald black men are actually perceived as being more successful in their careers than men with hair. The study, the researchers wrote that one possible explanation for this is the large portion of black male athletes and entertainers with large incomes who have shaved heads. This phenomena could influence the perception of black men with baldness and shaved hair, as Arthur said. No, I mean, we don't put down, no, I mean, I agree, but not all the way. We don't put down our men when they start losing their hair. We just don't do that. I got bald men in my family, and I don't remember anybody putting them down or looking at them as other because they were bald. We just treat them all the same. But you see, that's not going on in their community. It's different for them. It's different for these white men. So the phenomena could influence the perception of black men. Well, I don't fully agree with the author, but I know where they're going. The amount of cranial hair a man has is differential effects on white and black men's perceived attractiveness and perceived life success. Wade said. So this is consistent with the research that shows the amount of hair one has can indicate one's health status, and one's health status affects judgment of one's attractiveness, fitness, and personality, which leads to advantages in numerous areas of life: employment, salary, mate acquisition, offspring development, etc. I don't know, y'all. Maybe that's why they're out here shooting you, because you're still attractive. Black men are still attractive, regardless to age, hair, without hair. I don't know. Maybe that's what the jealousy is about. That jealousy is real, y'all. It's real. It's real, and we've all seen it. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Do you think what they're saying in this article is true? But, like I said, I've seen attractive men with hair, without hair, but I don't think we harp on it as much. And I don't think we're taught to harp on that as much in our community. But, some people grow up believing in a lot of superficial things. That's all I got to say. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.